All right, guys, we're going to kind of start off where we ended last time. If you'll remember, we had Mary A. Küll here. We found some additional sources for her. One of those being the 1850 census. And if you remember, right, we saw what I think might be a little clue into the rest of her, well, at least our subject person, which is Johann Gottlieb Küll. So we're going to jump into this real quick and let's take a look. And if you remember, she was down here, Gottlieb Boyle and Mary A. Boyle, and it was up here. These are some interesting names too. Washburn, that's from I got some Washburns in my family. Anyway, let's go back up here. So we had this Frederick Cole, and Frederick, his assumed wife, Mary, and their assumed kids, Dorothy, Frederick, Jacob, Gottlieb, and Caroline. So that is pretty close to what we have been seeing with the German family, right? So in my off time between videos, I decided to put all these names into Roots Magic, and as you can see, I've got Johann Friedrich Küll, Anna Maria Hagley, and then their kids, right? And so that census record, let's put these next to each other. All right, so we've got Frederick Cole, we got Johann Friedrich Küll here, Mary, Anna Maria, Dorothy Cole here, Frederick, male, so we go down here, Frederick, Jacob, Gottlieb, Caroline. So from this, we're missing Anna Maria, Frederica, Johanna, and Elizabetha Katerina. So I think this is, and if we do the math right, so this was the 1850 census. So 1850 minus 52 puts us at about 1798, which is pretty close to 1795. 48 puts us at 1902 or 1802, so 1802. 21 for Dorothea, so we got 27 here, so we're 2 years off there. 14 for Frederick, so we're 1 year off there. Jacob, we're 1838, we're good there. Gottlieb, 7, we're 2 years off there. And Caroline, 5, and we're right on there. So I am very confident, and considering that it's close to that, to Marianne down here, which 18, right? So Marianne 18, that would put us at 32, right? So Anna Maria 33, 1833. So I'm pretty confident that this is the census record for the Küll family once they came over to America. All right, so as we're in this document here, we can see if these individuals are linked to anybody in the Family Search family tree. So you do that by going to this little information open panel thing right here, and you click that on, and it brings this up. So if we go to the top of this, we can see Elizabeth Brocius, or Brocius, however you pronounce that name. If we click on her, it will tell us where this document is attached in the tree to this. It's attached to this Eliza Brocius, right? So then you could go into this profile, see if there's anything else that that might be of interest, right? So we back out of that and we scroll down here to Frederick Cole, Mary Cole, Dorothy, etc., right? So if we click on Frederick Cole, it says that it shows that it's not attached to the tree anywhere at the moment. And if we go through each one of these, my guess is that because the first one wasn't, the rest of the family is not going to be. And looks like I'm getting pretty close to that being true. And Caroline's the last one. And then if we do go down here to Gottlieb Küll and Mary A. Küll, which they should be attached because we attached them last time, right? So there's Johann Gottlieb Küll and Mary A. Küll. So we're not gonna get any help from this document on family search. So we are gonna go to Ancestry, and we are going to see if we can't find this. So let's actually search census, and we're just going to put Frederick Cole in here because that's what he was indexed as. We're going to have 1798 as the birth year, and we're going to live in Berrien County, Michigan, and we're going to search. All right, so we've got this Frederick Cole. This is the one that we just looked at. So let's click on that one. As you can see, I've kind of done a little bit of preemptive searching here, but so we've got Frederick Cole. We got some help here. Johann Frederick Cole. We got some Germany selected marriages, selected births. We got some find a graves, and let's see, baptisms. So yeah, so we've got a lot of hints here. So let's actually go into, let's just continue with the census survey here, and let's go with the 1860 census and see what that brings us. So let's see, where are they at? We got Frederick Küll here, Maria Küll, Jacob Küll, Martha, John. Looks like they all live together. Doesn't have the family relations, obviously, but we've got something. The difference here is, so we had 52 was the age on the last one. 60 is roughly 10 years. Maria's bumped up to 85. However, I think that might be a typo. Jacob, Martha, and John. And if we bring this up and we'll put that there. All right, so we bring this back. We've got Frederick Küll, Maria, those two. We've got Jacob, again, born in 38, so he should be roughly 22 in 1860. We've got Martha. I don't know who this Martha is. Maybe it's a wife of Jacob Küll. And then we've got John here, which he should be 19 in. We are missing George Frederick. We're missing all of the daughters, including Caroline, who at this point should be, 15? So yeah, so this is a pretty good indicator. And so let's back out of this. And we're going to go to that 1870 that I saw. I'm just looking at the indexed information here. We're looking at 1797, which is good. Prussia, which was Germany before it was Germany. And we just have Mary Cool in this one. And yep, Prussia, 73, 67. Mary would have been born in 1802, which puts us about the right age. And I'm not seeing anything really sticking out on this page. All right, let's get it out of here. We do have an 1880 Fred Cool, so we could look at that one. And this is just, this is a different Fred Cool because he was born about 1859, 21 years of age. So let's back out of that one. And let's see what this, that was Iowa newspapers. That was where that other one was at. I'm not going to jump into that because it didn't look right. Let's see, what else can we pull out of here? We got family table for Johann Friedrich Kühl, Anna Maria Kühl, child Caroline Kühl. So let's take a look at that, see what we've got. Johann Friedrich Kühl, looks like this showed that he died. I think that's what that means. Died in 1910. Yeah, I'm not getting a warm and fuzzy on this one just because I'm not recognizing any of these names here. Yeah, this looks like a date of birth here, maybe. That's birth. 1835. None of these dates are really matching up with. Oh, this is the marriage date here. Marriage date, birth date for the wife, birth date for the husband. These are father and mother, father and mother. These don't look right either. So I'm going to guess that this is not. I mean, this is just a quick analysis based on my limited knowledge of German. So we can go into this John Friedrich Kühl here, see what we've got here. Child Johann Gottlieb Kühl. Name John. So this is promising here. So let's take a look at this. So this is our guy, well, this is supposedly our guy, Johann Gottlieb Kühl, born March 14th, 1839. That does, let's see, let's pull up Johann Gottlieb. So we got 16 March 1841. Let's push this over here. And so we got March 14th, we're off a day, we're off a couple of years, but it does say he was born in Wittenberg, Germany, which Wittenberg, pretty close, right? John Friedrich Kühl, parents Johann Friedrich Kühl and Mary Hagley, Mary Anna Maria Hagley. I'm pretty confident that this is him. The informant is Albert E. Roundy. Not sure who that is. I'm guessing it's probably a son-in-law, maybe, or I don't know. I'm just guessing off the top of my head. Yeah, he may have kids at this point, and this could be because of the different last name. I'm guessing probably a son-in-law, maybe a sister, maybe a sister's husband. But regardless, it doesn't seem to be an immediate family member, so that could be the reason why some of this is off. I'm excited about this, so let's just go ahead and say, well, actually, you know what? Let's go into search. Let's see, he died, what year was it? 1908. Yeah. All right, so let's do a search. We're going to do it this way. I don't know why I was going that way, but all right, so we got Johann Gottlieb Küll, father and mother here. We've got his death certificate, and we've got a host of information here. So, working backwards, let's take a look at this one. This is a newspaper article. More than likely, it's going to be a Let's see what it is. I don't know what it is. It's in here somewhere. Gottlieb Küll to Frank Küll, 40 acres in Weesaw. So Frank Küll is probably the brother. Or maybe even the father. I don't know. Frederick. No, it won't be. I don't know who that is. Frank. I was thinking Frederick, but yeah, I don't know who that is. Let's go back. Let's see what the 1870 census shows us here. So we have Gottlieb Küll, Sarah. Looks like he's probably married at this point. Couple of kids. Born in Prussia. Sarah's born in Michigan. 27 years old. So that puts it at, what, 47? Or 43? Am I doing my math right? Yeah, 1843, which is pretty close to the year that we want, because we want 41, right? Yep, 1841. All right, so we got the 1870, we've got an 1880 census here. Another 1843. Sarah, more kids. I'd really like to find a marriage record, right? So let's see. If his kids in 1870 were 4 and 2, so that means that they probably got married a year before this Elizabeth was born-ish. So yeah, so maybe we can find a marriage record for Gottlieb Küll and Sarah. So let's see if we can do that. Let's do a pointed search here. We're going to go birth, marriage, death. Gottlieb Küll. Put John in here too, just in case. John, birth, we're going to say 1843 in Germany. Marriage was probably about, what did we figure, 1865 in Michigan. And Let's see. Spouse's name was Sarah. We don't know her last name, so let's go ahead and search that. See what we get. We got Find a Grave here. Sarah Ann Küll was the spouse. Died in 1908. Birth date 1839, according to Find a Grave. And that was based off of the death record. And there's another death record. Oh, here we go. What do we got here? This this is a so we have a death certificate for Frank Cole, which matches up with that land transaction from the newspaper. Father's name was Gottlieb Küll, born in Germany. Mother's maiden name was Sarah Humphrey, and birthplace not known. Informant is Minnie Cole, which Minnie, I would imagine, is the, it says right here, Minnie Cole was the wife of Frank Cole. So you know what, let's go back to, we saw that one record, and I didn't even think to look when, let's see, this one. It does say he's married, but it doesn't have the wife's name like the other one did. All right, so now that we've got some information, I'm pretty confident that this Johann Gottlieb Küll, married to Sarah Humphrey, it sounds like, is probably a pretty good clue here. So let's go into newspapers.com, and we are going to do a search for Gottlieb Küll. Let's see, when did he die? He died in 1908, so let's do 1908, and we're going to do Berrien County, Michigan, right? Because he died in Berrien County in Buchanan. So let's do a search, see what we come up with here. No. All right, let's try this. Let's just go with the last name, Küll. All right, obituary. All right, we got ourselves a pretty decent obituary here. Johann Gottlieb Küll was born in Wittenberg, Germany, March 14th, 1838. Died in Buchanan Township, June 6th, 1908, after an illness of 29 hours, aged 69 years. Came to America with his parents when but a child of 5 years. So we're seeing right now that these are kind of off a little bit. Being born in 41, if they did come in 46, which we saw those on some of those baptismal records that the family came in 1846, he would have been 5 years old in 46. Let's see. The deceased was united in marriage on the 26th of December, 1863, to Sarah A. Humphrey, daughter of Peter and Elizabeth Humphrey, deceased, of New Troy. To this union were born 9 children, of whom 8 survive. And we have Mrs. A. Lore Mount Tabor, Mrs. M. Yeager, and Mrs. P.G. Baker of St. Joseph, Frank and George Küll of Weesaw. So there's Frank Küll, so that helps us out. Of Weesaw Township, Louis Küll and Mrs. A.E. Roundy. Oh, there's the Roundy from the death certificate. Of Elkhart, Indiana, and Clyde Küll of Buchanan. Besides his children, he leaves to mourn his loss an invalid wife, and 2 sisters, Mrs. Charles Shearer of Benton Harbor and Mrs. Adam Orris of Weesaw, and a community of friends. For many years, he has been okay. So we have a lot of great clues in here, right? So we have all the children, so we can find them, and then we have these 2 sisters, Mrs. Charles Shearer and Mrs. Adam Orris. So if we backtrack and find the marriage records for Charles Shearer of Benton Harbor and Adam Orris of Weesaw, married to a Küll, we should be able to find the names of those 2 sisters, and then we can use those to kind of build the family and make sure that everybody is connected. From the sounds of it, and from the looks of it, it looks like this family is the same family that was in Germany before 1846. I'm actually going to take this John Küll, and we are going to go over into Family Search and see if somebody hasn't already created a family or at least a profile for John Küll with this type of information. And if that's the case, we'll look through the documents there and see what they have, what they're lacking, and we will look about merging these 2 families, or at least Johann and John Gottlieb Küll from Germany and from the United States. So let's go over to Family Search real quick, and we're just gonna go ahead and do a search in the records. Actually, we're gonna do a search in the family tree, and we're gonna find name, and we're gonna go John Gottlieb Küll, Berrien County, Berrien, Michigan, right there, and birth year, we're going to just put 1840 because all the birth dates that we've seen have been hovering around that time. All right. All right, so we've got this this result here: Gottlieb Küll, spouse Sarah Ann Humphrey. So there is a profile in here for a Gottlieb Küll. Just kind of looking through here, seeing what else is here. Maybe there might be some duplicates or possible duplicates, but parents don't look right on that one. Parents don't look right on that one. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that kind of jumps out in this first page here. This maybe we got Frank Küll here. Caroline isn't right, but seeing anything, I'm gonna stick with this one up here. All right, so let's go here. 50 sources, which is amazing. Looks like somebody's done quite a bit of research here, so we're gonna jump into this one. With 9 kids, it's probably likely that there's a lot of birth records and a lot of death records and a lot of marriage records that add to this source total. But just kind of looking at the information here, we've got Gottlieb J. Küll as the name, birth date of 1839, March 1839, death date of 1908, burial in Glendora Cemetery. It's weird that that's all we've got when there should be a death certificate, so we'll see if that's actually attached. We've got a couple of census records here, looks like, and then we've got a bunch of kids, 9 kids, 8 of which are living at the time of death, which was 1908. So it looks like all of these kids were living other than Amanda, possibly. Just has deceased there. So there's that. Let's go into these sources, take a look, see what we've got. So starting in 1868, we've got this birth record for Amanda Küll. I have been in here before, and I did make a note of where this is located, so we'll take a look at it real quick. 128, image 128. So we'll go into browse here, and 128, or the previous page. Oh, there it is. I did say 127, but I put in 128 because of the 7 there. All right. Anyway, so we got Amanda Küll, Gottlieb Küll, Sarah Küll, Buchanan, Germany, Michigan. This looks like our person, or the child of our person. So all right, so we do have this Amanda Küll. We do have the 1870 census, which we looked at before. This is the one with just the 2 children on it, Elizabeth and Ermida, which is weird that Amanda is not here. She should be about 2 years old, so maybe a typo or something, either on this record or on the birth record. I'll have to look into that a little bit more later. But we've got this birth record for William Küll. We got this birth record for Ida Küll. Birth record for Ida. Birth record for Louis. We got another birth record for Louis. Census in 1880, and then we have a big gap here between 1880 and 1891, and then we have looks like a marriage record for Frank and Minnie, which we're familiar with those names. We got a marriage record for George. Marriage record, this is probably another one for George since it was in, George. This is probably another George. And the reason I'm saying that is because they're all in 1894. This is probably also George. Yep, George. Spouse Edna Schlappen. Marriage in 97. 97, there's Roundy. So here we can see which of those daughters married Roundy, which looks like Ida Küll was the wife of Albert Roundy. So he is the one, like I said, the son-in-law was the one that gave the information in the on the death certificate. So, and then you also saw that this is a duplicate record. We can go to the most current copy, and it's already attached to Gottlieb J. Küll, so we're not going to worry about it. We could probably actually detach it while we're here real quick. Duplicate, or outdated duplicate. Outdated duplicate. Detach. All right. And then we have, let's see, that was 84 or 97, right? 97 was Roundy, yep. And then we got the census in 1900. And let's see who's on this. All right, in the household, we've got Gottlieb J, Sarah A, Louis E, Edith L, Clyde W, all, wife, son, daughter, son. And then we have Lester Fedor and Gertrude L. Fedor. And it looks like these are grandkids of Gottlieb. born in 87 and 89. So looks like one of the daughters married a Fedor. So we can look into that as well. Let's see. 03. Let's see who this is. All right, so we're looking for a coal or a cool in the, we got this coal here, which I don't think that's it. We got Clyde Cool up here, marrying a Grace Bowker, born in Buchanan, farmer, father's name was Gottlieb, and mother's last name was Humphrey. So that is probably our indicator right there. Person's child. And so we got 03 Edith Baker or Edith Cool marrying Paul Baker, Clyde Cool marrying in 03, which is what we saw. We're looking for, so we got Jaeger here. Oh, this is interesting, right? So this is Gottlieb Cool in the entry for William H. Ingalls and Minnie Jaeger. So neither of those have the Cool last name, so looks like Minnie Jaeger is the daughter of Gottlieb and Sarah Humphrey. So based on this, it seems she was married before. So we've got a couple of, or at least one other husband to look for with the last name Jaeger. Baker, Cool, Minnie Safrina Ingalls. That's the death record of that marriage record that we just saw. Catherine Elizabeth Lower and Roundy Seal. We didn't. And then we've got the find a grave index here, and I'm going to add a date of 1908 here just to put it in the right order. Refresh. That should come up in 1908. Should have. Oh, I didn't. I'm gonna add. Oh, I know why. Because I didn't click on the date. All right, now it went up to 1908. So we've got this find a grave, and did we look at this? I don't remember if we looked at this or not. We did not look at this, but it's got the death certificate in here. So we've got the death certificate, and we've got the headstone here. Father Gottlieb J. Cool. And it does show Sarah and Humphrey Cool, and then Catherine Elizabeth Cool Lauer, which is the other. Is that the one we were looking for? No, we were looking for sisters. And looks like there are 7 of the 9 known children here, or 7 of the 9 supposedly known children here that were mentioned in the obituary. So we do have this find a grave. We don't have that death record, the death certificate. We don't have the obituary. So we're going to add those really quick. You saw me do it before, so I'm just going to do it off camera and not waste your time watching me input that in. I am going to use Site Builder again to do the citations, and I'm going to see if I can find that death record on Family Search before I link the one from Ancestry. So yeah, actually we can do that really quick. Let's go back to that death record. So it was Johann Gottlieb Küll. So we're going to go into Family Search. We're going to search records. We're going to just copy that straight across. So Johann Gottlieb Küll. Johann Gottlieb Küll. Place was Buchanan, Berrien County, Michigan, and the death date was 1908. Actually, we're going to go into more options. And we're going to get rid of that and put in death here. Berrien County, 1908. And search. We do have the find a grave here. We have this, which is an index. Check availability. Let's see if we can find, we may be able to find this. So 6 June 1908. Oh, this is here. Volume C, page 197. All right, so let's go here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. John G. Küll died the 6th of June. He was 69 years old. Born in Germany, he was a farmer. John F. Küll was his father, and Mary Hagley was her father and mother. Yep. So yeah, so this is a good one. So we'll attach that. Death register. Let's see, JNOG Küll in death records. Image 206 of 357. Line 123. And we're going to add that. We're going to add this to Gottlieb J. Küll. Oops. Eventually, we are going to merge these two right here. So for right now, Gottlieb J. Küll is the American family side of this person, and Johann Gottlieb Küll is the German side. So we're going to add it to the American side for right now, if that makes sense. Attach this source to other relatives. So we don't have any here. So we're going to wait and add that to the parents later. And going to put a reason. It's the death record. So, and dismiss and, oops. So now we should have that record in for 1908. And I'm actually going to edit that and get rid of all the rest of that garbage. Delete. Save. Actually, we're going to put X V. Save. Now there is one other thing that we can do, and let's see if we can find catalog, Berrien County, Michigan, search. And we're going to go down to vital records, and we are going to we already looked at that because that was all right. So I guess we're going to have to link this death certificate. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because it's going to take me a minute, and then I'll come back and show you what I did. All right, so I'm back. I just added those two documents, the death certificate and the obituary. So nothing special there. I just put the citation and the link to the record. In the citation, I put the link to the collection of Michigan U.S. death records. But to the web page where the record actually is, I linked the actual image. So there's that one, and then the obituary, same as we did in the last video with Mary Cool Boyle. Did another citation, link to the record, and the source date. So those are in there.